Hey everybody, welcome all of you to our channel IAPT Learners Hub. Today I am going to discuss about how to declare a function and function with passing arguments. Let us start how to declare a function. How to declare a function? A function declaration tells the compiler about a function name and how to call the function. The actual body of the function can be defined separately. The three things declaration part is going to tell compiler. First part, which type of value function is returning after completing the function. Second one, through function name we can call the function in the main program. Third one, how many arguments you pass in the function. Like type of the arguments like int or float. Then how many arguments you pass in the functions. These three things declaration part is going to tell the compiler. Function declaration has the following parts. First one, return type. Second part, function name. Next, within parenthesis, give the parameter list. These are the parts of the function declaration syntax. First, give the return type, then give the function name, then within parenthesis, give the parameter list. This last step terminated with the semicolon. This is the syntax for writing to declare a function. Example to declare the functions. Here, first return type int, name of the function is max. Within parenthesis, we have to give the parameter names. Here, two parameters are there, num1, num2. The data type of parameters are, arguments are integer. So, we give int num1, int num2, separated by comma, terminated with the semicolon. Semicolon is must to declare the functions. Parameter names are not important in the functions. Like this also, int, max, int, comma, int. It is not necessary to write the variables. Okay. Only type of variables is necessary. Why we have to declare the functions in the program? Let us see. This is the program to print the area of rectangle. Okay. When we run this program, it will give the one error. What is the error? Because we have not declared the variables. Here three variables we are using. B and H that we are not declared. This is the error when we run this program. We have to correct the program with giving the declaration statements. Okay, like this. Now this program is correct, we will get the correct answer. When we use the variables in the program, before we have to declare that variable in the program. Same way we are using the functions, we have to declare the function in the program. Same, before using the functions, we have to declare the function also. Otherwise, it will give the error. Sometimes it won't show error, but a good practice to declare a variable before using it. It is not necessary, but some situation it is necessary to declare or the functions to define and call to get output. When the function is calling, now it is going to match functions declaration and function definition. Okay. Now see how to declare functions. How to declare the function? In the main program, we have to declare the functions. Data type with the function name. Here, void area. This is a simple function declaration. Last class we have learned this how to use the symbol declaration. Here, generally to take the return type is int, data type. But here we go the void. Void is the return type here because function is not returning anything. That's why we give void. It is simple declaration. If any function is returning any value, we have to give the that type of arguments. Regarding this program, we have used simple declaration because we are not function is returning any values. With simple declaration, we are defining and calling the functions. Okay, the same program we can modify with the arguments. Let us see how we can make changes in the program to pass the arguments. See, regarding this program, simple function we have used to declare, define and calling the main program. Okay, the same program we can modify with the arguments. Let us see how to make changes in the program, main and declare sections. Main program and defining section also. Suppose if I am taking any arguments. That arguments I have to pass here in the calling section of the main program. Okay. First you have to pass the values in the calling section of the main program. Then we have to change in the declaration defining section of the function. The function definition we have to make changes. What are the changes we have to make here? First, the type function return type function name within parenthesis we have to give the parameter list. Here two arguments we are passing. There we have to give two parameter list with the arguments and a type of arguments. If I give 5 and 7, we have to give int b comma int h. Okay. Then if we function is calling with arguments, not required these two statements, the prompt and input statements, not required, because we are calling the functions with the arguments, with the values. Your values you will get by calling the function you will get values, then not required these two lines. Here in the declare statement also the base and height no need to declare. Okay, here we are declaring. Okay, that we can omit in the declared section. Rest all are the same. Okay. Then next in the main program we have to change the declaration function. Here void area, here we have to give parameter list. That is, here we are passing two values. Then two arguments with the data type we have to give. Data type of argument is must. Argument name we can avoid, no problem. It won't show any error. Only data type of argument we can give separated with the commas. Then last function declare should be terminated with the semicolon. If you not put semicolon, it will show the error. Okay, that is declared section should be above the main function we can give. Above the main function we have to give. Okay. Header file, when we are declaring the header file, below that we can give, but it should be above the main function. Okay. Now see how to write we can write the program with the function arguments. This is a simple function we have used. Okay. Now using this function we can avoid the repetition. Last class we have seen that. What is the advantage of using simple function in the program? Okay, it is very important. It is very useful in the program. When we are making software or when we are developing the software or developing a project, that simple function is very useful. It is beneficial. Okay. Then see how to write the program with the arguments. See, this is the main program. Here, see, we have declared the functions. Void area int b comma int h. Here two values we are passing. So we have taken the two parameter list, argument name with the type of argument, type of arguments. Here instead of that we can write void area within parenthesis int comma only type of arguments. B and h we can avoid. Only int separate with the comma and int closing the bracket semicolon. Okay, so like that also we can write it. Okay, if you write like this also no problem. Without writing arguments name also no problem. Okay, then starts the program void main function. For open the bracket, open and closing the bracket, calling the function with the values 6 and 7. We are planning to pass the values 6 and 7 now. Okay, then hard changes we have to make in the defining section. This is the defining section. Give the function title, return type void area. Then give the two argument list and parameter list is argument name with the type of arguments int b comma int h. Okay, here we have to give with that type and argument name. Then open the bracket, output variable declare. Here input variable we have declared here. Then no need to declare in the body of the function. Declare the int area. Give the calculation for area of rectangle, half into base into height. Then print the result. Then how it will execute? First it will execute the main program. When compiler reaches here, it will go to the defining section. The compiler is seeing this function. When executing this function, first we will check whether the declaration of function and defining the function is match or not. To check, it is going to check whether it's both are match. First we will check this return type, then function name, then how many arguments are passed in both. Number should be same. Here two arguments if we pass, here we should not give 3. Okay. Here we can omit argument in name, but that type of argument should be here. that should be match this both. Okay, we should not make any spelling mistake. We should not make in writing the number of arguments. We should not make any mistakes. Everything should be same. Then it will do the work. It will process the function body of the function. It will process. As soon as it reaches the closing bracket, it will go back to main program. Then it will close. That is the processing of the functions with the arguments, and simple function also same processing. Okay. Then here also we have used b and h. Here also we have b. Here we can change the name. We can give, instead of b we can give base. Here instead of height we can give h, we can give height. Then then we have to make changes here also. See, let us see how it is. Void area int base int height. Int area is equal to 0.5 into base into height CO area. Whatever we can write. Okay. Instead of using both section main and function defining, giving same name, we can write like this also. No problem. Here if we use b or here, not compulsory. Here also we have to use b. We can give other name also. Okay. That's the way we can do the programs with the function arguments. Then this is the using the simple function. That is the difference between using the simple function and the argument list. Now hope you are cleared in writing the programs with the function, simple function and the function with the argument list. If you have any doubts, you write down in the comment box. Okay. One notice there in the declaration section. Declaration section we have given data type of arguments. Argument name with data type we have given. Okay. But argument name is not necessary. Only type of the argument we have to give. Argument name is not necessary. If not give also, it won't show any error. Only type of the arguments we can give one by one with a separated comma. Last we have to terminate with a semicolon. We can give void area. How to declare a section without argument name? Void area within bracket int comma int, close the bracket semicolon. So, such a way we can declare the declaration type. Two methods are there. With data type and with the argument name we can declare. Without argument name also we can declare, but it won't show any error. But the data type of argument list should be there with one by one with the commas. That both defining and declaration also both should be same. Here two data type we given, but here if we give more than two, it will give the error. Both should be matched. Okay. But here defining section we have to give data type with the argument name. Okay. Regarding the topic, the function with arguments, I want to teach you two important points of declaration and return type. Okay. That I want to remind you. First one is declaration part, always write data types in the argument list. Data type in the argument list. Data type of the argument to pass. This is a situation when the function is accepting some input. When the function is accepting some input, the declaration part always write data types of a argument list. Data types argument should pass. Next, here written by it is void. Why we have given void instead of giving int? The function may return a value. Okay. The return type is the data type of value when the function returns. Function is returning with the value. Here function is returning any values. Here only it is in the body of the function only it is printing. But function is returning with the value. Here we have to give that type of returning value. Here it is not returning this program. Regarding this program, it is not returning any value. It is printing in the function declaration section, defining section itself. The function of the body of the function only it is printing. But this area is printing here. We have to give the data type of area, data type of returning value. Here we are not returning any value, so we have given the return type void. Suppose if you are returning the value, if it is integer value is returning, here we have to give int. If it is returning the floating value, we have to give float. Okay, this is the main point of this function with the arguments, the returning value. That is mentioned here. A function may return a value. The return type is the data type of value the function returns. Some functions performs the preferred operation without returning value. Here it is execute this all operations, but it is not returning any value. Here only it is printing. In this case, the return type is the keyword void. Now you cleared why you have given the return type is void. In which situation we have to give the return type int and float. Okay, these two parts you have to keep in your mind. You have to, if you want, you can write and keep in your book. Okay, this is very important when we are doing the function. When we are using the function in the program, these things are very, very important. So I am mentioned here. Okay, you also can write in your book. Okay, hope you cleared how to declare a function and function with arguments. Then what is the difference between function using simple functions and function with arguments? Next video I will discuss call by value and call by reference. Okay, if you like this video, subscribe channel, like and share, press the bell button also. Thank you for watching.